Good morning, this is Rich Nelson with Allendale here for our comments for Friday, September 19th of 2014. In terms of outside market issues here, U.S. dollar is currently trading up 18 here for the day. This is not new highs. Those were just posted here in recent days. In terms of other news, Scotland themselves did vote to stay in the U.K. here. This is after that very extremely large 85% voter turnout. So this is now an issue which is now off the trade's focus here in terms of news for outside market issues. Looking overhead for weather here, we see the 6 to 10 day outlook does show above normal temps for the western Corn Belt, sharply above normal temps for the far northwestern areas of the Corn Belt. So a lot of those producers who have been complaining about lack of maturation, this certainly will be an issue which will be very beneficial for them as we head towards the end of September here. In terms of precip-wise, western Corn Belt looks normal. For the most part here, and as far as eastern, looks like normal to below normal. And actually many of those guys here on the eastern portion probably would appreciate a little dryness here up ahead. In terms of news, it's just for grains here today. Keep in mind we did post new lows overnight for corn, or I say for soybeans, as well as wheat. Corn, those lows from last week were 335 and 3/4. Last night's lows 336 and 1/4. So it looks like corn probably will be posting some new lows in the next week or two, if not today here. Main issues for these grains, simple fact is harvest reports for both corn and soybeans extremely well. So these are some issues which the trade still will have to deal with as we get more into harvest here. In terms of minor news, South Korea is looking for 120,000 tons of corn. Probably will be optional origin in terms of that goes. For India, they did report that their corn crop, they estimate 16.03 million tons, down from last year's 17.68 million tons. So this is news story for just the day. We're probably not going to change anybody's mindset in terms of the general direction right now. Keep in mind in terms of yesterday's reports on export sales, in terms of soybeans, they were above the average trade guess. Keep that in mind here. Additionally, we're actually doing okay compared with USDA's needed pace. So not a major problem on this end. The key focus for these grain markets is still supply and now the developing story of even larger yields than expected here. In terms of livestock for cattle, trading up 15 cents here in the overnight trade. This is despite a $1.03 drop on choice and 23 cents lower on select here. For cattle, we don't have any cash cattle trade here just yet. There is a chance we may wait for the 2 p.m. cattle on feed report, though. For Allendale's estimates, we're looking for a 1% drop in the total herd, called on feed. In terms of placements, we're looking at 94.8% of last year, so down 5.2. That's pretty much pretty close to the average trade guess. And keep in mind for this number that August placement could be the smallest August of any previous August that we had in history here. For marketings, 90.5% is the number. That means 9.5% lower than last year. That does sound extremely low. Keep in mind we had one less weekday in August 2014 than 2013 here. For hogs here, it looks like a good trade. Last quote I have on October up $1.37. December up 82 cents. So higher trade in the hogs. Main issue there, wow, that astounding $4.11 jump in the pork cutout overnight. That certainly was a surprise here for yesterday's trade. Cash hogs yesterday up about 29 cents on the Iowa-Minnesota run here. For the main story for these hogs, we still have these small, extremely exciting sounding issues as far as these small bounces going on for cash hogs and cash pork. But keep in mind, our main focus is still where will cash prices be on October 14th and December 14th. We have very different supplies laid out here for that period, meaning larger supplies and also lower demand. That's why this market is not ratcheting up extremely strong like they could be if we didn't have this going on here. So main issues as far as grains, lower today, new lows for soybeans and wheat. And as far as livestock, looks like steady to slightly higher.